After Effects can seem really overwhelming to someone who's not super familiar with it. I have 10 years of experience with this app and I still get lost trying to find things. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 tools that are going to help you understand After Effects better and make you edit faster within the app. So let's start with one of the most important tools, the Parent and Link tool. The Parent and Link tool in After Effects lets you connect one layer's properties and apply it to another layer called the child layer. To link a layer to another, there's a little spiral icon at the end of the layer. This is called a pick whip. Click and drag this pick whip from the parent layer to the layer you want to copy its movements to, and this will make it the child layer. Now whenever I move this layer, the other layer will move as well without me having to animate it manually. Some good examples of when you want to use a parent tool is to connect text to an already animated object. Type your text out on the shape. Now parent the shape to the text. Now whenever the shape moves, the text will move along with it. Or when you want to animate multiple elements together that should move together. First, create a null object, parent all the layers that need to move together to it. Now everything you do to the null object will apply to all the layers. The Parent and Link tool is a very simple tool, but it can completely change how you edit your video. But sometimes you don't want to attach layers directly to each other. You want a separate controller that handles each movement. And that's where a null object comes in. A null object in After Effects is an invisible layer that doesn't render, but acts like a controller for other layers. You can create one by right-clicking your timeline, selecting New, then Null Object. To connect it to a layer and control it, parent it to the layer you want to control, like how we talked about in the last section. Once linked, any movement you apply to the null object will also apply to the layers attached. Some good times to use a null object are when you want to control a 3D camera, create a camera, then create a null object, set both of them to 3D, and then parent the camera to the null object. And now instead of having to adjust the camera directly, you can animate it with the null object, giving you smoother camera controls. Or when you need to adjust pivot points without affecting the entire layer. If you want an object to rotate around a point that isn't in the center, but moving the anchor point will change your entire composition, add a null object where you want the new pivot to be, parent the object to the null, and rotate the null instead. Null objects give you complete control without overwhelming your timeline. They let you animate faster by controlling just one layer instead of having to manage dozens of layers. Now let's look at a tool that's going to help you fine-tune these movements called the Graph Editor. The Graph Editor gives you control over the speed and timing of your animations. You can open it by highlighting some keyframes, then clicking the Graph Editor icon in the timeline. You'll see a visual graph that represents how values change over time. The flatter the curve means the slower the motion. You should use a graph editor when your animations look stiff. You can open the graph editor, select your keyframes, and then adjust the curve handles to create an easy ease or easy out to make your animations look less stiff. Or you're animating a camera that just feels too artificial and fast. Use the graph editor to adjust the speed. Make the movement accelerate in the middle and very slow at the end, and you'll get a smooth cinematic motion instead of a harsh, quick zoom. The graph editor is the difference between stiff, boring looking animations and animations that feel like they're part of the video. But smooth motion is only part of the picture. Let's talk about our next tool, the adjustment layer, and how to use it. An adjustment layer is a transparent layer that applies any effect beneath it to the timeline. To create one, go to Layer, New, Adjustment Layer. You can apply any effect you want from there to that layer. Some good times to use an adjustment layer are when you need a consistent color correction across multiple clips, add an adjustment layer and place that at the top. Add a lumetri color or color curve, then add your color correction. Now every clip below will match that look. Or you want to add a visual effect without destroying your original layer. Instead, add an adjustment layer on top of the layer and apply those effects to the adjustment layer instead. Adjustment layers are one of the easiest ways to control multiple clips in your project. They're basically essential if you want organized timelines. But let's talk about our last tool and how it can help you speed up your edits, and that's pre-compositioning your effects. Pre-composition is one of the most essential organization tools in After Effects. It lets you group multiple layers together into one single composition so you can treat them as one unit. To use it, select all the layers you want to group, right-click, then choose Pre-compose. After Effects will make those layers into a new comp and replace them in your main timeline with a single manageable layer. You should use a pre-composition when, if your timeline is overloaded with layers, you'll need to select all the related layers, pre-composition them. Now you're left with one clean layer in your main timeline, while still being able to go back and edit the individual layers inside the pre-comp if needed. If you need to apply a speed change to the full sequence, pre-composition your entire sequence, then right-click, go to Time Stretch, and then change the timing for the whole sequence instead of every individual animation. Pre-composing is one thing that will save you a ton of time once you learn how to use it. It lets you reuse animations easily without having to remake them over and over. And those are 5 tools that I use in After Effects to speed up my edits and make me a better editor. I hope you learned something, and if you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for another video.